David Axe also went on a land patrol with British troops along the Shatt Al Arab waterway. He spoke to the squad leader about the day's mission.
Our patrol task this afternoon is to go out to what we call Named Area of Interest 6. It's along the edge of the Shatt Al Arab waterway, and it's possibly somewhere that boats can come in and moor up and offload contraband goods. We're not really looking or interested in normal household products and fuel. What we're interested in is trying to track down munitions that are being brought in from outside of Iraq and obviously being used against multinational forces in Iraq.
كول كول
No.
ليه زين
زين.
You jump in? You go in.
No.
Why?
You'll swim.
Huh?
You'll swim.
So how's it look?
It'd definitely be the sort of place we could come at night and do what we call a lurk. Is basically come down nice and silent, park the vehicles maybe short, bring a team up here and just sit and listen at night time to see what activity goes on. I mean, definitely somewhere you can get a small boat in to offload any contraband quite easily. So again, this would go on my patrol report, and then our planning officer would then look at it and then probably put future call signs to task to do that sort of thing. So what we're doing is obviously we're checking out all these sort of places along the river which are in our AO to build up some sort of picture of likely smuggling places along the river edge.
How big a problem is smuggling in this area?
Well, we've only recently come here ourselves, so this is a picture that we're trying to establish now. We know basically the borders are open for everything. A lot of stuff comes straight across from Iran, some from UAE. In terms of household products, wheat, grain products, they just come across. When you go down to the port, you see boatloads of it coming in, even things like tyres. Boatloads of it coming in, getting offloaded into the large trucks and just basically go off to be distributed all over Iraq. So, speaking to the deputy manager of the port yesterday, he only earns $200 a month, which is not a lot of money. So you can imagine they obviously need to subsidise their income somehow, be it in illegal ways or legal ways. So we're more obviously interested in how munitions come across, the types of devices that are being used in IEDs are sort of imported in. Okay, we'll go down further and have a look along the coast again.
What's their name?
Arsenal.
Let's go.
Well, on the patrol with Darko, he mentioned that that smugglers might be using some of these Shatt entry points to bring smuggled oil into Iraq. There's actually a hot black market, not necessarily for crude oil, but for refined oil. Iraq has a lot of oil, but not a lot of refinery capacity. You know, a lack of investment over 30 years. So Iraq will ship out its oil to places like to Kuwait or Jordan or even Iran, and it gets refined, and then smugglers will sneak it back into Iraq, where refined gas is a hot commodity.
Assalamu alaikum.
One of the houses we stopped, we actually came across a gentleman who had worked at one time for British forces as an interpreter, but had been threatened by some of the local militias, and so had to give up the job. But he had very good English, and he had like 15 kids running around, and he had a great sense of humor. He was a lot of fun, and Darko on the spot offered him a job again as an interpreter, but he had to say no thanks. I've got kids to look after. I can't take the chance that I'll get murdered for collaborating.
السلام عليكم. السلام ورحمة الله. السلام. الحمد لله. أهلا وسهلا. زين. عليكم السلام. الحمد لله. Good. زين. Good. سلام عليكم. عليكم السلام. Hello.
The Shatt is a major shipping lane, or a major channel for ships to get out to the shipping lanes in the Persian Gulf. But over the years, it's collected a lot of debris and sunken ships, especially stuff sunk by the two air campaigns in 1991 and 2003. So in the past couple of years, there's been a concerted effort to dredge up and the Shatt and to remove as many of the hulks as possible. That effort really peaked about a year ago when there were a couple international firms working on the Shatt to make it safer and deeper. But I understand in the past year or so that a lot of those efforts have slowed down, sort of consistent with the overall reconstruction effort, which is slowing down.